says I'm live, so that means I'm live. All right. All right. How's everybody tonight? Happy February the 4th. Yes, the 4th. I still haven't found out if the groundhog saw his shadow or not. So, Josh, if you know if the groundhog saw his shadow or not, please let me know. And what does it actually mean? Because I forget. I didn't bother to look it up today. I was bored. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make somebody else do the work. What exactly does it mean if the groundhog sees his shadow, and did the groundhog see his shadow? I didn't bother to check any of that. So I have no idea if we have more winter coming or more spring coming or any of those things. So if you know, tell me, because I want to know. I'm curious. One did and the other don't, but don't remember which. Right. See, the same with right. Exactly. That's it. I don't know what it means either. I'm so confused by that, and I didn't bother to look it up. So good job, Josh. You're exactly in the same boat I am. High five. All right. So both Josh and I do not know what the groundhog did or didn't do and what it does or doesn't mean. And that's totally okay. I'm totally okay with all of that. Welcome to episode 248 of Randsanity. I've been doing this for 248 days straight. TikTok says I'm beating 100% of creators. So apparently nobody does live every single freaking day like I do. But that's okay. You know? The professor's here, or the poofessor, as opposed to the professor. So anyway, episode 248 on this February the 2nd of 2026. I can't believe it's like 40-something days to St. Patrick's Day, which is outstanding. So that means spring officially starts. So that's when any time for my life consisted of events and promotions and marketing and things. And St. Patrick's Day kicked off this summer for reals, because that's when it all went down. The St. Patrick's Day weekend kicked off all the big events. That was St. Patrick's Day. We did a wine festival for that, but that was when it really kicked in. The Arnold Classic always would come to town, go hang with Arnold Schwarzenegger and all the Randy Couture, a bunch of people coming in for the Randy, for the Arnold, and that craziness would happen, and then it would kick right into everything, and then it would go all the way through until pretty much Christmas. So, you know, the only time we had downtime was January, February, and then boom, we're in. So this is the only downtime. It's about to get crazy. So anyway, let's start off with Record Store Day. They officially let the list out today. I am not reading the list. It is fucking monumental. It is huge. But bands like Charlie XCX, David Bowie, Muse, The Cure, Suede, CMT, Not Doing Hunters, Bring Me the Horizon are some of the stacked lists of exclusive Record Store Day vinyls that will be released. The full list of vinyls for Record Store Day has been released for 2026. Record Store Day is April 18th, if you don't know. And there's a lot of one-off special records to be re-released. Again, like I said, Charlie XCX, Muse, Suede, unbelievable. I'm like, hell yes! David Bowie, Cure, K-pop, Demon Hunters, Paramore, and more. You can go check out lists, or I can post it if you want. But it's an extensive list. I can put a link somewhere. It's definitely its 19th installment of Record Store Day. Again, February the 18th, or April the 18th, Saturday. It's independent record shops and vinyl culture. There's hundreds of shops that participate in this. You know, it's basically first come, first serve on a lot of this stuff. So if you want to get it, you got to get there early. But, you know, I mean, The Cure, Fleetwood Mac, Primal Scream, Bring Me the Horizon, just so many that'll be revealed. Wolf Alice is one, so I'm super excited. How does it include? Muse is re-releasing super rare cuts from their pre-fame EPs, as well as Bring Me the Horizon, and Sigurd's 2022 collab, Bad Life, on blue vinyl for the first time. Paramore, we all know, is falling on deluxe red double vinyl. Charlie XCX, Party for You on 7-inch singles. A 30-inch vinyl re-release of Blur's Classic live at the Budokan. Suede, Seminole Coming Up, performed live on the BBC on pink vinyl. 12-inch neon pink EP of David Bowie's Hollow Space Boy, as well as half-speed record of excerpts from Outside LP. I mean, it's on. So, like I said, I can post the entire list Um, Basically, record store day, they're there. Vinyl is hitting its highest sales in 20 years. You know, Retail Association says that the record vinyl sales grew 18% in terms with over 7.5 million discs sold last year, generating $370 million. So, if you want to own your own music, get into vinyl. Record Store Day is a great day to start if you haven't collected yet. I have lots of colored vinyl. I used to have a whole wall of just all the colored vinyl and like picture vinyl and everything hanging on the wall. The radio station has all that stuff. So again, Record Store Day, it's coming. Okay. Oh, people came and said goodbye. I didn't even say hello. Hi. What happens if you're here? Let's see, Shredding Bits. You're here. Let's see if I find your name. If I say hi when you're here, what happens? Like, do you get or does it say hi back? I never know because no one ever says hi. I just say hi to you. You say hi to me. What's up, Nostra Dumbass? So what happens if I say like Carson Chickenhead? I just responded hi to you. What happens? Do you get something? Does it say hi back? Do you get a little note from me? Do stars go off? Do angels blare horns of triumphant pleasure? Like, what happens? It says you waved at me. Oh, okay. That's it. All right. Sorry. I thought maybe it would be something like again, the triumphant blare of horns for angels. No such thing? Fine. All right, so I got to ask, either Shredding Bits or Nostradumbass, did the groundhog see his shadow? And if he did or didn't, what does it mean? Do we have more spring or winter? Somebody has to know this. Come on, Josh, we got to get the answers. Both Josh and I have no clue because we didn't bother to do our own research. So I'm just saying. All right, Shredding Bits, like, you're there, so you responded. Was there a groundhog? Was there a shadow seen? Is there more winter? Just this year? I don't know. Don't ask me. I just know the movie. I just know the Bill Murray movie. Yeah, just this year. What, every year? Is it not change? Groundhog never comes out. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Amazing. Amazing! Oh, shit. What did I just do? Oh, man. I'm such a jackass. Sorry. I mean, yes, I am. I totally just closed I did this last night, too. I closed the window. I'm literally, like, reading something, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to close the window. No, that was just dumb. All right, let's see. Going back, and here we are. All right, let's close my notes. All right, I saw Benny the Bass from Buckeye Lake said early spring. Benny the Bass? All right, fair enough. If the Bass says the early spring, then I guess we have early spring. I'm good with early spring. I want a 65-degree St. Patrick's Day again. That's what I want. I want a 65-degree St. Patrick's Day, so I can be all leprechauned out and go bar hopping with hundreds of people. Yes. I do have a full image of leprechaun. I will definitely post that. And I have full life-size cutouts of me as well, flat Randys, that are full-size leprechauns. There's actually one in Dublin, Ireland. When I went to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day once, some years back, I brought a flat Randy with me, and it stayed in Ireland. The police thought it was hilarious. They were like, "Oh, Mike, this is hilarious!" And like they took it to a pub with me. We went to a pub, and I learned that the tourists. We went to a locals bar, and the tourists, they give you a sloppy Guinness. If you don't know what sloppy Guinness is, the Lancaster Skunk or Creed. Lancaster Skunk. So, early spring. Excellent. The Lancaster Skunk agreed. All right. All right, well, let's talk about some history music. 1965, the Righteous Brothers were number one on the UK singles chart with the Phil Spector, Murdering Phil Spector, song You Lost That Loving Feeling. Also, US number one at the same time. In 1999, the PRS announced that it was the most played song of the 20th century. You've lost that love and feeling. Whoa. 1966, the Rolling Stones. Oh, wait, what the hell? You probably can't even hear me. There you go. Thanks. Now you tell me. So I've just been blathering and no one can hear shit. Amazing. Amazing. Yes, thank you so much for that. Now, I would be the dumbass, not you, sir. Oh, well, this is me. The Rolling Stones released 19th Nervous Breakdown. It reached number 2 on both the US and the UK charts while chopping the NME charts and was the fifth best-selling record of 1966. So NME, which I've been yapping about forever, I'm like, what exactly does that stand for? It's New Musical Express. I always wondered what NME stood for. I did ask that, even though, yeah, I was wondering where the mic was. Thanks so much for that. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate the heads up. Good job. Good catch. It was behind me because it was in my way. The wire goes from here over this way to the deck, not to the computer. It goes to the little deck, for changing the cameras. So this thing. So it's just funny that it was over there when I was doing my notes earlier. I'm just amused by my own lack of awareness. I'm like, wait a second, why is it? Okay, Bookside Phil sees his shadow predicting 6 more weeks of winter. No, seriously? Oh, not cool. Well, I'm going with Benny the Bass from Buckeye Lake and Lancaster Skunk that we're going to have in early spring. I don't want 6 more weeks of winter. That's not good. Dang. It's already been cold and crappy, and we've had more snow on the ground we have in a long time. Do it, dog! What up? We're just talking about crappy weather. And the Puxatani Phil saw his shadow. We will have seriously? We have more snow coming on Friday? Oh, right. Nice. Great. Perfect. Just what I wanted. 2 inches more on top of the 13 that's on the fucking ground. Outstanding. 1966, Bob Dylan and his band played at the Convention Center in Louisville, Kentucky. This was the first date on the world tour, which became noted as Dylan's first that used electric instruments after he'd gone electric at the Newport Folk Festival, much to the chagrin of lots of the festival goers who booed him for using an electric guitar. No one likes anything new. Electric guitar, what is that? How dare you, sir? Bob Dylan. 1967, the Monkees' self-titled debut album started a 7-week run at number 1 on the United Kingdom chart. Take the last train to Clarksville, the Monkees. In 1968, working at Abbey Road Studios, London, the Beatles recorded Across the Universe. John and Paul decided the song needed some falsetto harmonies, so they invited 2 girl fans into the studio to sing the song. The 2 were Lizzie Bravo, a 16-year-old Brazilian living near Abbey Road, and a 17-year-old Londoner, Gayleen Pease. I'm sure they like those liner notes all these years later. 1972, during sessions at Trident Studios in London, England, David Bowie recorded Rock and Roll Suicide. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that word. Starman and Suffragette City, the last songs recorded for the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars album. I'm definitely excited that there's going to be new Bowie stuff for Record Store Day, or at least re-released Bowie stuff. I was looking through photos yesterday, and I do have a picture with David Bowie. I'm going to have to post some of these someday. Do the dog. No snow for you. We have more snow coming. What can I say? So excited about that one. Poppy the Skunk in Lancaster prognosticator. All right. Is that the name of the skunk in Lancaster? Poppy the Skunk? Dude with dog, is there a prognosticator of weather down there that says we're going to have more or less sun in New Mexico? Because, you don't really get winter
Yep, Poppy the skunk. Perfect. I'm almost believing you that that's actually the name of the skunk, Poppy. 1977, Fleetwood Mac released Rumors. The songs Go Your Own Way, Don't Stop, Dreams, and You Make Lovin' Fun were released as singles. Rumors is Fleetwood Mac's most successful release, along with winning the Grammy Award for Album of the Year in 1978. The record sold 45 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling albums of all times. I talk about best-selling albums of all times. I'm going to have to get a list because it's like, this is best-selling, this is best-selling, this is best-selling. Everyone can't be the fucking best-selling, you know? The more you know, dude, right? Exactly. Poppy the Skunk. I know that now. I know Poppy the Skunk. That's the way it works. All right. I know that the Bee Gees in 1978 started a 4-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Stayin' Alive from the film soundtrack Saturday Night Fever. It gave the brothers their 5th U.S. #1 and #1 in the UK at the same time. Let's see. I talk about, hey, I'm watching the Stevie Nicks Through the Looking Glass right now. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. I talk about, hey, I'm watching Stevie Nicks Through the Looking Glass right now. That's, see, perfect. And I'm talking about Fleetwood Mac. That's amazing right there. Amazing. Let's see. Alex Harvey died while taking a ferry back from a yeah, all those things. 1983, the Smiths appeared at Hacienda, Manchester, England. The group were set to release their debut single, Hand in Glove, in 2 months' time. Yes, Hacienda by the Smiths. Don't forget, like, follow, subscribe, share, watch. Ta-da, I did it. I remembered my notes. In 1983, Karen Carpenter died at the age of 32 of cardiac arrest at her parents' house in Downey, California. The coroner's report gave the cause of death of imbalances associated with anorexia nervosa. The Carpenters' 1970 album, Close to You, featured 2 hit singles, They Long to Be, Close to You, and We've Only Just Begun. We've only just begun. They peaked at #1 and #2 on the US charts in 1975. In Playboy's annual opinion poll, its readers voted Karen Carpenter the best rock drummer of the year. I didn't know that there was a best rock drummer of the year. I knew that there was an annual readers poll in Playboy. I mean, I only look for the pictures, not the articles. Strike that. Reverse it. Kidding. 1984, Culture Club started our 3-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Karma Chameleon, the group's 5th top U.S. hit and #1 in the U.K. And Boy George kidnapped a male prostitute. That wasn't the same day, but I have reported on that he did get in trouble for, holding this guy against his will. I mean, come on, Boy George. What's up with that? That's Man George. That wasn't Boy George. That's Man George. Celine Dion started a 7-week run at #1 on the UK singles chart with Think Twice. The song peaked at number 95 on the US chart. Think Twice received the Ivor Novello Award for Song of the Year in 1995. Okay. The song, okay. Okay, so it made it to #1 in the UK and it made it to number 95 in the US. Apparently, there was a disconnect with the audience in America for that song. I mean, I'm just saying. Casey Ray, what's up, Casey Ray? How we doing, Casey Ray? What's it say? Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. You send me hearts. You send me. Hi, Casey Ray. Let's see. Oh, okay. Now this is just okay. Look, I don't believe that this is not good. I do not believe in violence. Okay, in 1996, former Manili Vanilli member Rob Platus was hospitalized after a man hit him over the head with a baseball bat in Hollywood, California. I mean, that's ridiculous. Why would you? Oh, that's right. Platus was attempting to steal the man's car at the time of the attack. Okay, well, I'm not going to say it's justified, but dude, what's up with that? Milli Vanilli, why are you stealing a man's car? That's what I want to know. I mean, I know you were lip syncing, bastard, but wow. I guess we stoop kind of low and got to steal somebody else's car. And that's why you got hit with a baseball bat. Just saying. Now, this is nuts, okay? I had to go find this to see if it was true, and it actually was. So, talk about someone standing on principles, okay? Bjorn Ulvaeus confirmed that the members of ABBA turned down, ready for this one, in the year 2000, $1 billion, a billion with a B, offer for an American and British consortium to reform the group. They were offered $1 billion by American and British consortium to reform the group. It's a hell of a lot of money to say no to, but we decided it wasn't for us, band member Benny Andersson told the Swedish newspaper Aftonbladet. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I don't care what the deal is. If someone says, I will give you $1 billion to X, I'm going to be like, yes. I mean, wow. I'm having a fantastic night, Casey Ray. I hope you're having a fantastic one as well. Oh, shit, we got a vampire. I ate my garlic earlier. You cannot come in, vampire. You may not enter. But yes, $1 billion with a B? Holy crap. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm a whore. I'm a radio guy, all right? We're whores. We have to be. But yeah, hello, $1 billion? Yeah, sign me up. I'm there. Oh, of course it was. Courtney Love, arrested at Heathrow Airport for endangering an aircraft in 2003. During a transatlantic flight, the singer was said to have hurled abuse at the cabin crew on the flight from Los Angeles to London after her nurse, who was in economy, was barred from accessing the seat next to Love in the upper class cabin. Well, I don't know. You didn't buy her a first class seat, but you expect her to come sit up there with you. Well, I'm not sure that's really something that you should have been hurling abuse at the cabin crew for, Miss Courtney Love. Oh, jeez. What are you going to do? What did Bowie sell off his song rights? I know, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. They're all selling off their song rights. They make so much money. That's the thing. So much money. Speaking of Oasis, I'm going to talk about Noel Gallagher here in just a few minutes, but police questioned Noel Gallagher after a photograph of him trespassing on a railway line appeared in a newspaper. Again, if you don't have pictures of it, it didn't happen. Well, but I do have pictures of it, sir. It still didn't happen. The Oasis guitarist was in a studio in Cornwall recording the band's new album when he took a walk along a railway line. British Transport Police said he was setting a bad example. Well, I mean, anyone that's trespassing is setting a bad example. Did you do something about it, or did you just question him like, sir, is this you in the photograph? It is not me in the photograph. Okay. If you don't have pictures, it didn't happen. Just saying. In 2007, Jane's Addiction gig in Lyon was halted mid-set because of an altercation between singer Johnny Burrell and bassist Carl DeMeo. The pair exchanged insults before it came to blows on stage. Burrell then stormed off, leaving the French crowd amazed and unsure about what was going on. No, not Jane's Addiction. The band was Razorlight. But Jane's Addiction did it too, so these guys did it first. Razorlight in 2007. Could have been Jane's Addiction. Well, they got insults on stage before it came to blows. And then they canceled their tour and broke up the band. Lux Interior, singer and founding member of the Cramps, died at the age of 62. He met his wife, better known as Poison Ivy. Her real name was Ivy Rorschach, like the test. In Sacramento in 1972, when he and a friend picked her up when she was hitchhiking. The couple later founded the band The Cramps. Oh, shit. You got to love that one, right? In 2009, Robert Plant said he felt Led Zeppelin could not reunite for a full tour because the band felt incomplete without drummer John Bonham. In an interview on Absolute Radio, Plant said the reason that it stopped was because we were incomplete, and we've been incomplete now for 29 years. He said he admitted, I think the thing about it is that if we visit old ground, it's incredibly delicate and it's an incredibly hard thing to do. The disappointment that could be there once you commit to this and the comparisons to something that was basically fired by youth and a different kind of exuberance to now is very hard to go back to and to meet head on and to do it any justice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see a Led Zeppelin reconnection now with Plant being as old as he is. I mean, sure, but that energy that you expect may not be as exuberant. Let's put it that way. just saying. So, you know. In 2017, Black Sabbath, the band credited with the invention of heavy metal music, played their last concert today. See, not paying attention. I didn't have my microphone. Now I have a microphone, but not paying attention to the camera. All right. Start that over again. 2017, Black Sabbath, the band credited with inventing heavy metal music, played their last concert on February the 4th, 2017. The 2-hour gig at the NEC Arena in their home city of Birmingham saw the rock veterans play 15 songs, ending with their first hit, Paranoid. Ticker tape and balloons fell as singer Ozzy Osbourne, 68 at the time, thanked fans for nearly 5 decades of support. Sabbath's The End tour began in the U.S. in January the following year and took it on 81 dates across the world. And now Ozzy's dead. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry about that, Ozzy. No more. No more. 2020, Brian Wilson, co-founder of the Beach Boys, asked fans to boycott the band he helped start because of a forthcoming performance at a hunting event in Nevada. In a tweet, Wilson said there was nothing he could do to stop the concert at the Safari Club International's annual convention in Reno, Nevada, which would feature the touring group led by co-founder Mike Love. The convention would include keynote speakers. And animal rights activists described their annual convention as one of the world's largest gathering for trophy hunters and a celebration of the senseless killing of hundreds of animals. Aww. Brian Wilson, boycott my own band because we're going to play this concert. How did you get yourself involved in that in the first place? That's what I want to know. This is the we'll take it under advisement. Sir Elton John said he had very positive talks with the British Cultural Secretary Oliver Dowden about EU travel for UK musicians in 2021, but said visa-free touring was not currently on the cards. John was one of many stars that had signed a letter demanding action to cut red tape and fees for musicians after Brexit, saying that the matter was swept under the carpet before the UK left the EU. And again, Mr. Dowden said, we'll take that under advisement. And that is shorthand for fuck off. Whether you're British or American, that is exactly what that means. We will take it under advisement. I love when people take things under advisement. Speaking of under advisement, Noel Gallagher will attend this year's Brit Awards to collect the Songwriter of the Year award after last year's Oasis success. Oh my. It's actually happening in Manchester, the first time it's been outside of London in the 50-year history. Basically the press statement about the Brit Awards, which recognizes exceptional songwriting and had previously been won by the likes of Ed Sheeran, Charlie XCX, said Noel Gallagher's songwriting has permeated the fabric of British culture for over 30 years. From his seminal work with Oasis and his ambitious and acclaimed solo albums with Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. I was like, and the picture is just amazing of him for the, I wish I could, I don't have the ability to pop this up. Wait, maybe I can. Oh no, it's not connected. I'll say if I could connect this and pop the picture up, it's just, he's just sort of like, just like, fuck off. Yeah, I want it. Great. I'm so excited. Thanks so much. Whatever. He did have comment. I think, let's see, blah, blah, blah. It's somewhere, but yeah, it's just good old Noel Gallagher. Yay, Noel. Woo. All right, and I have a concert announcement. Biffy Clyro is actually going to tour. The Scottish alternative trio, Biffy Clyro, they're going to return to North America this spring. Excited. They're not coming to Columbus. And Dude the Dog, they are not going close to you. Sorry about that. I checked. So, Scottish alternative trio, Biffy Clyro, will return to North America this spring as the band announced a run of shows spanning from April 20th to May the 9th. Featuring stops in major markets, Los Angeles, Denver, Chicago, Detroit, New York, and more. The Live Nation-produced Trek features clubs and theaters across North America, including the Belsco in Los Angeles, the Fillmore in Minneapolis, and Irving Plaza in New York City. The upcoming run follows Biffy Clyro's sold-out shows across Europe and the UK. The newly announced dates support the band's recent album, Fudhu. We're so excited to come play for y'all, frontman Simon Neal said in a statement. We were gutted to cancel the last round of shows before Christmas, so these gigs are going to be extra fucking special. You're going to be so want to be there. Managed by Indigoot and McGathy Promotions, my friends, Mr. McGathy and Indigoot. I'll have to connect with those guys. But yeah, it looks like they're playing LA, Denver, Minneapolis, Chicago, Indianapolis, Louisville, Detroit, Toronto, Montreal, New York, Maryland, Philly, and Daytona Beach. Welcome to Rockville. So they're not going to be in Columbus, Ohio, or even close enough for me to just go. I'm going to have to make a special effort if I want to go see that show. But being that it is managed by Indigoot and McGathy, I probably can get some pretty boss seats. Did you hear that one, my friends? Looking for the hookup here. I will get the hookup, don't worry. All right, let's talk quickly about births and deaths today. Let's see, born on this day, the 4th of February, we've got John Steele of The Animals, drum player, 85, the House of the Rising Sun. Let's see, Grismer Dempsey, who's with the Beach Boys, the Monkees. He was a session player, 85. Florence LaRue of Fifth Dimension from Plainfield, New Jersey, right the town over where I grew up from. And Alice Cooper, 78 years old and still rocking the tour out. Going to be out this summer. He's also a really good golfer. Phil Earhart of Kansas. Again, they said it's going to be their last tour. He's 76. So, yeah, that's why they're probably going to be their last tour. So if you want to see the band Kansas, they'll be out this summer. Clint Black. Now, wait a second. Clint Black's a country musician. He's 64, but he's from Long Branch, New Jersey. Okay? I'm from New Jersey. All right? Long Branch, New Jersey does not have country people. I'm just telling you right now, especially Long Branch. That's like the beach, all right? So Clint Black, you are not a real country cowboy. You're a Jersey dude, so shut up. Just saying. Noodles, Kevin Wasserman, guitars for The Offspring, 63. Pretty fly for a white guy. Janet Waldo, who was the voice of Judy Jefferson. She died at 16, but she would have been 107 years old today. Conrad Bain, Mr. Drummond from Different Strokes, 103 today. He died in 13. Dave Ketchum, Agent 13. He was the one on Get Smart that was always in like trees and garbage cans and whatever. He would just pop out somewhere when Maxwell Smart would be like, Agent 13, open a computer and his head would pop out. Yeah, that was his name. His name was Dave Ketchum. He died at the age of 98 just last year. So he was still pumping out his shit all the way to the end. David Brenner, comedian David Brenner, would have been 90. He died in 14. George Romero, father of the zombie, inventor of the zombie genre, would have been 86. He died in 17. John Schuck, 86, from Macmillan and Wife. I knew the name right off the bat. I'm like, wait, I know who that actor's name is. I remember seeing his credits somewhere. And Michael Beck. He's 77. Michael Beck was Swan in the movie Warriors. Can you dig it? Warriors, come out and play. If you've never seen that movie, it's absolutely worth watching it. It's actually a good movie from the 70s. The Warriors. It's definitely definitely interesting. So don't forget, follow, subscribe, share, watch. All right, who died on this day? Liberace died at the age of 67 in 1987. I wish my brother George were here. Bugs Bunny would always say that. I wish my brother George were here. I guess Liberace actually had a brother named George. I never knew that. Let's see. John Mahone, he was Martin Crane on Frasier. He was the dad of Frasier. He died at the age of 77 in 18. And we talked about Karen Carpenter. She was 32 when she died. We talked about Lux Interior of the Cramps, who died. And I skipped over somebody else because I didn't really care. Sorry. You died anyway. I mean, what are you going to do, right? Let's see. 1970, the movie Patton with George C. Scott was released on this day, the 4th of February. Also, White Iverson in 2014 was released on SoundCloud by Post Malone. His very first sort of just threw it out there on SoundCloud. No one knew who the hell this dude was. He put out White Iverson, and the rest is history. That was in 2015. So Post Malone's been doing it now for a mere 11 years. Who knew? He was actually really nice. When I met him, I was sort of like, I don't know, is this guy going to be a douche or what? He actually was like super nice, like really self-effacing. He was one of those guys that you were just like Iggy Pop was. Like, oh, you guys really, I hope you enjoyed the show. I mean, it was really nice for you guys to come. I really appreciate you coming back and saying hello. It was really cool. I really like Columbus. I'm like, wow. I was like, this is great. It's like, okay. I love when artists are like that. They're not pretentious at all. They're the exact opposite. They're just kind of like, oh, cool. Keanu Reeves was like, we didn't get to speak when we met Keanu Reeves. He didn't talk at all. He was so quiet. He was really shy and very standoffish. It was really interesting. So yeah, it's very interesting to run into artists and kind of, meet them out of their element a little bit. So yeah, just saying. All right, we've got the Super Bowl this weekend, so there's alternative music that you can watch. If you don't want to watch Bad Bunny, you can go see Chris Rock or Kid Rock, whoever. Chris Rock, Kid Rock, I don't know. I didn't pay enough attention. But I'm excited to see Green Day do the opening thing, so that should be good. I will definitely watch the Green Day performance and see what they're going to do. And then there's all sorts of other stuff. I found stuff. I'll talk about it tomorrow. So if you come back tomorrow, I'll give you a whole listing of all these musical and entertainment things that are going on around the Super Bowl that we can pay attention to and make fun of and take note of. Because that's what you do. You have to give zero fucks. Like, none. Because life's too short. Trust me. I can absolutely attest to that. Life is way too short because you never know what's going to happen. Anyway, let's see. Do the dog, Josh Cowens. Oh, no, you laughed. You were just there for a second. Fine. I see how it is, whoever that was. William Everland. Get a leverage, which I love. That's so funny. Thanks for being here. Nice seeing you all tonight. What a fun evening. I got a lot of stuff. Accomplished today, so I'm feeling very 250 million is what Bowie cashed out for. I'm surprised that low, to be honest, actually. I think it would have been more. What, Springsteen was 600 million or something ridiculous? I would think that Bowie's catalog would have been worth more than 250 million. That's my personal take on it. I mean, Elvis sold his for what? I think Lisa Marie said she was only sold for 100 million. Well, that was a few years ago. But yeah, I mean, that's, you make the money, man. Sell those catalogs and then whatever. You're like, whatevs. I mean, look at Taylor Swift. She basically had her catalog set on side and she said, fine, I'll just re-record everything and keep my own rights. Damn. That's like the weather outside. Cold. Oh, wait, we got Josh-ageddon and we got Nostradamus. We just need Armageddon and we're all good. Anyway, so I'll go through all the stuff for the Super Bowl tomorrow because tomorrow's Thursday, which is fucking crazy. Where did this week go? Where did the month go? It's February already, February the 5th, which I'm kind of excited for February because, I've got some stuff going on that might be really good in February, or it could be really shitty. I'll let you know toward the end of the month when I find out. Because either I'm going to be really happy or I'm going to be really, really crappy. Just saying. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to switch cameras and come over here. Thank you all for being here tonight. Truly appreciate you. I have fun doing this. I hope you have fun being there and watching the silliness. If you ever have questions, please ask. If I have any insight, I'd be happy to tell you. And I have lots of knowledge about nothing and the Cliff Clavin of radio. So I could tell you all about nothing. I could tell you about leadership styles, and I'm consulting for I'm doing consulting work, which is this is kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm doing consulting work for a safety services warehouse that sells safety equipment, like, vests and harnesses and road flares and signs, because they're family owned and they've been doing this forever. And they know that, as an independent radio guy that's, knows how to run small businesses, they're like, we need help. They don't have a website. They've been doing it for 45 years and they don't have a website. I'm like, bro, you could probably add, $1 million+ to your inventory just by going online. We don't know how to do that. I'm like, okay. All right. Well, I was like, you found the guy to help you with that stuff. Let's get some consulting going. Write the check, boys. Hey, side jobs are the way to go, right? All right. Anyway, I'll bore you with other stories another day. Until then, thank you so much. Grateful for you being here. Please have a splendid rest of your evening. And if you can, do something randomly kind for someone tomorrow. Just someone you don't know. Even just hold the door at the local, supermarket and don't let it hit him on the ass. I let someone pull out today. There was a Uber guy that had parked in the street and was blocking traffic. So I stopped and I flashed my headlights and 5 cars out because I was like, I would be stuck in that spot and be pissed. So go ahead. And they all waved. So they realized that I did it intentionally, not just stopping in the middle of the street. So there you go. Do random kind things. Thank you. Grateful. We will accept. Fade to black. Oh, and if you're still there, there's a new Muppets show. So watch it, because I would love to have Muppets be on regularly again.